The message was brief. Just 8 words stretched across the kitchen table. Don't look for me. I need freedom. No explanation. No apology. Just a final verdict after a decade of marriage. For a long moment, I stood there, the paper in my hand suddenly feeling like it weighed 100 pounds. Freedom. That was the word she chose. As if I'd been the warden all along. But I didn't run after her. I didn't beg or plead. I didn't even call. I smiled. Because while she was running toward her version of freedom, I had already started writing the ending. We hadn't always been like this. Once, I believed she was my anchor, my confidant, the one person who saw me without the masks I wore for the rest of the world. Together we built a life, whispered promises in the dark, made plans for the future. I gave her everything she asked for, stability, comfort, security. But love, when taken for granted, starts to sour. She became restless. Nights out became more frequent. Her phone became her constant companion. Her smile more often aimed at its screen than at me. I told myself it was just routine boredom. But suspicion sharpens the eye. I started noticing the quiet gaps, the little lies, the unfamiliar perfume that followed her home. And then came the note, her declaration of freedom, my silent sentence. She thought she'd written the last page. She didn't know I had already begun the sequel. The truth revealed itself easily enough. Betrayal rarely stays hidden for long. Her freedom had a name, a face, a backstory, a man from her office. The trail was all there, no matter how carefully she thought she'd erased it. Deleted texts, shared locations, tucked away receipts. Yes, the rage came. The humiliation hit like a blow to the gut. But I buried it. Anger is noisy, reckless, easy for others to dismiss. Patience, though, is quiet and lethal. I decided I wouldn't confront her. I wouldn't yell, demand answers, or give her the satisfaction of seeing my pain. I would let her think she'd won, let her stroll toward her happy ending, straight into the trap I was building. Step 1 was quiet withdrawal. The very next morning, I went to my lawyer. Divorce papers were drawn up, assets divided. Except I froze every account she had access to. She wanted freedom. She could learn to pay for it herself. Step 2 was taking back control. I moved money into trusts, transferred property titles, changed every password. I built a wall of signatures and documents around everything we owned, invisible until it was too late for her to climb out. Step 3 was silence. I didn't call. Didn't search. I let her believe she had shattered me. Let her picture me alone and desperate. Desperation makes people sloppy. And step 4, timing. The court date was set. My lawyer sent the notice. She would have to come back eventually, and when she did, I'd be 10 steps ahead. While she was busy playing house with her so-called freedom, I booked a vacation. Sun, beaches, drinks in hand, and photos posted where they would be seen. I knew word would travel. It always does. She had expected my silence. What she never expected was my smile. She was met with indifference, and that wounded her far more than anger ever could. When she finally came back, 3 days before the court date, she didn't look triumphant or free. She looked hollow, drained. The man she'd chosen over me had no plans to keep her. She had been nothing more than a passing thrill, easily forgotten. And when she tried to rely on the cards, the accounts, all she got were declined transactions. Independence turned out to have a price she couldn't afford. I could picture her face every time a payment failed. That was the beginning of my revenge. But the true moment came outside my lawyer's office. I stepped out of the car looking composed, dressed sharply, everything in order. And there she was, waiting at the curb. Her eyes were swollen, streaks of makeup on her cheeks. She reached for me. Please, we need to talk. I looked at her like she was a stranger. About what? Her voice shook. I made a mistake. I thought I wanted something different, but I was wrong. I want to come home. The irony almost made me laugh. The same lips that once wrote, "Don't look for me," were now begging me to see her. I leaned in just close enough to let her think there was still a chance, and then I crushed it. There is no home. You burned it. She started sobbing, drawing glances from people passing by, but I didn't care. Let them watch. Let them see her unravel while I walked past untouched. Inside, My lawyer slid the divorce papers across the table. I signed them without hesitation. When I came back out, she was still there, broken and silent. That was the last time I saw her as my wife. After that, she was just a name on paper. I didn't hate her, not anymore. Hate meant she still had a piece of me. What I felt was colder, cleaner, finality. She had wanted freedom, so I gave it to her, without comfort, without security, without me. She had mistaken my kindness for weakness, believed love would always wait for her. But even the most patient man has limits. Now, when I think of her, I remember the note she left and I smile. She said she needed freedom, and I made sure she got it, forever.